Good afternoon, good afternoon. Y'all jumped on quick, I'm sorry. Where you guys checking in from today? Good day to you. Kamari Gaines, 998. Where you checking in from? We got Seattle, Washington, Atlanta. Seattle and Atlanta. Hope everybody had a good day today. Hope everybody's doing well. VA is in the building. Happy Monday to you as well. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is in the building. Philly. Let me get some Max's. Let me get a cheesesteak and a hoagie. I know Max's ain't got the hoagies. I don't think they do, but Max's got the best cheesesteak. VA, NYC, Tennessee is in the building. Thank you guys for jumping on. Hope everybody's day has been productive. Lauderhill, Florida. Now, what's Lauderhill, Florida close to? Hello, is that Thais? Thais, Delaware, Kansas City. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Birmingham, Alabama. Roll Tide. H-Town is in the building. Trinidad, all the way from Trinidad. Thank you so much, Lisa Beauty. Fort Lauderdale, hello from Georgia. I'm in Georgia as well. Clarksville, Orange Park, Florida. Thank you so much, Jackson, Mississippi. RTR, Louisville, Kentucky, Ohio, Mississippi, Pittsburgh. We got PA is in the building representing. California is in the building. It's in the building. Now, I got a lot of people asking to join the live. I haven't even gotten started yet. So, if I'm going to bring anyone on, I just want to say this. If you want to come on, I don't have a problem with you coming on. But I hadn't even gotten to the topic yet. So, I want to keep all people that I may bring on to the live on topic. Arizona is in the building. Cali and Arizona is in the building. So, it's like, what, 3 o'clock there? 4 o'clock there? Jacksonville, Florida. Blessings, thank you. Blessings back to you. What's on my mind? Oh, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Thank you so much, Coco, for the gifts. Thank you so much. 4? Okay. All right. I hope we got some moderators in here. Or if not, they'll jump on sooner than later. But I just want to talk a little bit today, if that's okay. Huntington, VA, Charleston, South Carolina. I like Charleston. I just don't like that bridge. Yeah, I'm afraid of heights. But Charleston is a good place. You know, some people's got mixed emotions about Charleston, but you know, Charleston is I see you, Darlene. I see you. You jumped on it. Ocean City, Maryland. But Charleston, some people have mixed emotions about it, but you can go down by the beach. I've been through Moncks Corner, Mount Pleasant. Been around that area as well as Charleston, but Charleston's got some nice restaurants. Welcome everyone to the live. Welcome everyone to the live. I want to talk a little bit today. Well, I know we started, I think my last live was about self-accountability. And I just want to kind of piggyback on it. I know I said I was going to come back and do a part 2 to that. But, you know, my mind works, and it's just been so many things that have been going on these past. Jamaica is in the building. Jamaica, thank you so much. We got Trinidad, we got Jamaica, Ohio, the bipolar state. The bipolar state is in the house. Thank you so much. Jamaica and Trinidad, I appreciate you guys jumping on the live. But we're going to talk a little bit today about self-accountability, part 2. And I won't go back into what we've already talked about. We'll just kind of continue on. Because a lot of people still have, as much as they think that they've taken accountability for themselves, they really haven't. You know, I think some people actually live in a place in their mind that's easy and comfortable for them to actually be able to live in. Like, you create this mindset, you create this world, for lack of better words, and you kind of live there. You know, a lot of people that have a problem with self-accountability sometimes are angry. They're snapping, always snapping. They're always pointing the finger at someone else, you know, or they feel like they've always got to be included into something, or they've got to put their point on a lot of things. Like, I'll be honest with you. I look at my numbers, and I think it's like 70-something% women, and the rest is like 20 or 30% men. So I have a lot of women that follow me. And my thing is, I'm not a biased person when it comes down to facts. I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to take anyone's side. If you got men bashing women, and I'm going to say something about that. If you got women bashing men, I'm going to definitely say something about that. Because I believe that every experience that we go through in life, everything that we go through in life, it's either going to make us a stronger person, or it's going to change us to make us someone that we ultimately don't know. Because a lot of people are still walking around with hurt and disappointments. And a lot of times it comes out in their conversation. It comes out in comments. I don't necessarily go back and forth with anyone, even if on something that I put out, unless you're just being blatantly fucking disrespectful. I don't really generally just go back and forth with anyone. But I think that I'm seeing like more women really coming to the defense of men. I'm starting to see men coming to the defense of women. So a lot of people are getting it. But there's a lot of people out here, like there's this one brother, and I don't want to call his name out because I don't want to give him no followers. Because the way he talks, he bashes other men, other men, like all men are bad. Like, you're the only good person in the world. And I just can't get with that narrative. So I made a video, and I made a video, and I responded to something that he said and some things that he said, and never got a response from him. Because my thing is, I feel like this: if you're going to attack someone that hard, if you're going after someone that hard, then there is something inside of you that you need to work on. So my thing is, people got to learn that we've got to heal. We've got to grow, and we've got to heal. A lot of people are growing, but they're not necessarily healing. And the healing is what's going to change your mentality. It's going to change your attitude. It's going to stop you from actually just bashing and attacking people or a certain body of people. The healing has to take place. The healing has to take place. So when I see this brother, and it's a brother, and the way he comes at black men is like you almost have some female tendencies. Like, you act like you are a man that got hurt by a man, and now you came to now want to deal with women. Because the way you come at men, like men ain't shit, men ain't this, men cheap, why treat him like a king? All men want to do is lay up, go send him back to his mom. Like, you talk like some of the women that have been broken and have been hurt, and you're talking like them. As a man, I have a problem with that, because if you're saying all men, then you included me, you included yourself. But all of his videos seem to center around, he calls himself, he's healing women. He's healing women. My thing is, I can't heal a woman. I can try to give you words or try to give you some direction as to how you need to go, but I can't heal you. Healing takes place with you, because you have to change so many different things. You got to change your mind. You got to change your heart. You got to change your words. There are so many things that you have to do in order for you to heal. And I can't be inside your body to do those things. But the way he comes off is like you're enabling these women that have been hurt, that have been bruised, that have been battered, whatever the case may be. They are not taking accountability for the things that they've allowed to come into their lives. And that's a problem to me. That's not healing. But you say you're healing. Self-accountability is just that. Self-accountability. I'm going to hold myself accountable for the things that I've allowed, or the things that I've let come into my life, or staying in things way past the expiration date. I've got to take accountability for me, because if you can't learn to look at yourself and know that you've got flaws and you've got things that you've actually brought into a relationship, and you've brought things and words and actions, and you've actually done things to cause the relationship to be a little worse than what it was, that's a problem. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror, then how is it that you want someone to be accountable to you? It does not work that way. It does not work that way. But he has more women. I've yet to see a brother comment on anything that he said. And sometimes we as men, we just take that approach like, whatever, he ain't talking to me. But I believe if you say something, whatever you say, you got to stand on it. You've got to stand on that fucking square. You can't be a black man calling yourself a king, but you're putting down all men and you're clumping them together. Like, it's bad enough to hear it come from some women, but now you got men that are bashing other men on TikTok, saying that they're no good, they don't work, they don't want to work, all they want to do is play PS4 all day, they still live at home with their mamas and all this stuff. How is it that you put down another black man? How can you put down another person? I don't understand that. How can you put down another person? And I wanted to stitch another one of his videos, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm attacking him. I've opened the door up. We can talk. We can talk on a one-off. We can do it on live. I've given that invitation. Because what happens when you have a lot of people that bash a body of people or a group of people, like we hear women say, "We're the good men," or "A man did this," that means that you haven't taken accountability for the part that you played. Two people are in a relationship, not one. So unless you were kidnapped, tied up, and bound up, and made to stay in something that you were not willing to stay in, then you can't play that victim shit. You can't play that victim shit. People have got to learn to take their part. You may not have cheated, but you don't want to take accountability for your mouth. You may not have cheated. You may not have conversated with another man, but you don't want to take accountability for the mentality that you have. When you are totally healed, you are open up to whatever someone is trying to give you, you're going to give to them. You don't sit back and always feel like it's all about you. People are in this me mode. We're in this it's all about me mode. I don't care what you're going through. This is how I feel, and my feelings mean more than anything else. And that is the wrong mentality to have when you're trying to start something with anyone. I don't care if you're male or female. This just applies to females, but I'm talking to because I have more women that will sit there and ask questions. Where are the good men at? And I say all the time, they're not where you're at. Because you've taken yourself from a high place as to having someone meet you where you're at. You've dropped your bar so low on the ground that you're just picking up any and everybody and anything that wants to talk to you. As long as they've given you some good conversation or something different than the last relationship that you were in, you feel like you found someone, your king or your queen. But you have not healed, because when you jump from relationship to relationship, from bed to bed, you haven't given your body time to recoup. You haven't given your mind time to heal. You haven't given your heart time to heal. That's why people need to understand, don't jump into every relationship just because somebody likes you or just because you like someone. You cannot do that. You will never properly heal, because all you're doing is dragging some of that old remnant of that bad relationship into your new one. You are ultimately letting your ex mess it up for you and your next. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You have to heal you. You cannot carry that baggage. And some of y'all are carrying weight that you don't have to carry. I just made a post maybe like 15, 20 minutes ago. And basically the post says, sometimes it's you who isn't giving you what you deserve. It's you sometimes is not giving you what you deserve. It's always for men and women. I'm not biased. It's you that's not giving you what you deserve. We always are looking for love to come from people. We're looking for validation to come from people. We're looking for someone to come in and make us feel better than the last person did. We're looking for someone to come in and make us smile again. You should make you smile every single day. You should love you more than anybody else. And when you love you, then what you're doing at that particular point in time is you're setting the tone for how someone is going to love you back. If you don't know how to love yourself, how is it you're going to expect someone else to love you? If you can't find peace sometimes by yourself, then you're not going to find peace with somebody else. Because as soon as they leave and they walk out, or they ghost you, or they find somebody else, now you're upset. You become bitter. So those things you should begin to start preparing and building within yourself. That love, that peace, that trust, that all of that stuff, it starts with you. Self-accountability. A lot of people don't want to do it. It's easy for someone to point the finger at everybody else and what they're not doing right. But guess what? Sometimes you got to look at yourself and say, what did I do wrong? What am I not doing right now there that's causing the problem in my relationships? I see you, Nashville, Tennessee. So people have a problem with self-accountability, but they want to hold someone else accountable for the things that they've done to them. That's where the relationship goes wrong. Because what you got to understand, when two kings or queens, and understand I use this word kings or queens, on a high level, not just men and women, because you got men that still have the capacity of a 15-year-old. You've got some women, grown women, that have the capacity of a 15-year-old. They're not grown. Age does not mean maturity. Maturity is maturity. Your actions, your thought, how you respond to things, how you handle things is going to determine whether or not you got that crown on or not. Everyone can't call themselves king or queen. Everyone can't call themselves king or queen. You can't. Because you got little boys, you got little girls, you've got men and women, then you got kings and queens. You got to understand, you got to begin to decipher what it is that you're dealing with. But if you're going to call yourself a queen, then there are certain things that you're just not going to do. Certain things you're not going to entertain. At all. But you got a lot of people calling themselves queen, but you'll still bash your king. A queen is never going to bash your king. A king is never going to bash his queen. You're going to have a conversation with each other. You're going to work through whatever you got to work through to make it all better. Because you understand that we are two twin towers. We are two twin towers. We're going to build empires. We have other things to do than to sit up here and argue about bullshit and drama, to go back and forth. My thing is, you got to understand that communication is still a part of those things when it comes down to trying to hold someone accountable or holding yourself accountable. You got to be able to talk to that person. If you can't talk to the person that you're calling your king or your queen, then maybe somebody is not wearing the right crown. Maybe some of y'all got them. Y'all remember McDonald's or Burger King used to give you those fake crowns? Those fake Burger King crowns had the little jewels in it, but you folded it up, broke it out the box, folded it up and put it on your head. Some of them didn't fit your head. Everybody that got a crown, it did not fit their head. And it's the same way in life. Everyone is not a king or a queen. But I want to talk to people that have been hurt, people that have been broken, people that have lost trust, that have lost hope. I've said this in the last live. People get upset and say, love is bullshit. Love hurt me. Love destroyed me. Love did not do shit to anybody. Love has never done anything to anyone. It's the person that you chose to actually try to fall in love with that did it to you. It's the person that you actually chose to open up and make yourself vulnerable to that did it to you, because love is not anything bad. It's all good. It's all good. So you got to change up your verbiage. You got to change up where you're actually shooting your bullets at. Because a lot of y'all upset with love, and love is sitting back looking at y'all like, what the hell did I do? I just wanted you to be happy. I just wanted you to have someone, but you fucked it up. And a lot of people fuck it up in relationships, and I'm gonna break that shit down because I don't sugarcoat it for anyone. I don't sugarcoat it for anyone. See, what you gotta understand is when you get to a certain level of maturity, accountability is gonna come behind it. I fucked up. I did this. I made this happen. I'm the one that caused this. Now, whether or not you go back and apologize and you guys can work it out, that's between you and that individual. But understand, people have got to understand that first, before you go to point the finger at someone else, you've got to take an account and inventory for your part in what you played in the bullshit that's going on in your life. Because not everybody wants to be honest. They want honest answers, but you don't want to be honest. You don't want to be honest about your mouth. You don't want to be honest about pride. You don't want to be honest that you're jealous of the person that you're actually supposed to be building shit with. You don't want to be honest that you're sitting there looking at them sideways because you just don't believe anything that they're saying. Not because they've done anything wrong, but because you trusted JoJo, Ray, Tom, Shafika, Shafay, LaQuisha, LaQuanda, all them folks. You gave them an opportunity to come into a personal space of you, and they did not value what you opened up and gave them. So now, because of those experiences that you allowed to happen, you're mad at everyone else behind them. You can't get mad at someone new and then punish them for the choices that you made in the relationships that did not work out for you. I can always tell when people are not in a place of healing, because I can post a post and say, for my kings. I will have more women jump on there and say, this goes both ways. This was not a both way post. This was not a both way conversation. I can post something for my kings, and the women will jump on that shit. You're speaking from your experience. Understand this. All men ain't bad. Because unless you've dated every man in the fucking world and had a bad experience with every man in the fucking world, then you cannot say that all men are bad. You're only speaking from your experiences of the jokers or the women that you chose to allow to come into your life. You're only speaking from your experiences, but we can't take self-accountability, because I'm going to show you something. We want to blame men. We want to blame men for everything, or we want to blame this person. And ladies, I'm not coming at y'all, so don't feel this way, but I'm trying to help somebody. Because when I see it, if it's a spade, it's a spade. I can't call it puppet toes. So when I see women jump on my posts, and y'all can go back and look at any of them, you're going to have some women going to come, that goes both ways. Why? Because you can't take self-accountability for your shit. When it's easier for me to drag you into some shit with me and take the blame by myself, I got to find someone else or something that you did to now make myself feel better about the shit, the role that I know I played in it. But I need you to be in this with me. I'm going to pull you down right along with me. And a lot of people have that mentality. I'm going to pull you into this with me, instead of actually just focusing on yourself. Because if you never can focus on yourself and all you're doing is pulling other people into your shit, then all you're going to have is the same results that you've always had. My thing is, I look at it this way. Healing means that you're not going to go back into the same type of situations. You've matured. You've grown through what you've gone through. So now I'm going to make better decisions and not go through this shit again. I'm not going to be bitter. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be anything other than I'm going to take my part and let that person take their part. Because I'm going to show you what you do. You are having a heated debate with your partner, and both of y'all are throwing out saying things what you feel like bothers you, or the issues that you have. Now understand this. Well, I feel this way. I feel this way too. Well, I feel this way, and I feel this way too. I'm gonna show you what you do when you do that. When someone is trying to express to you how they feel, and all you want to do is bring in what you feel, You just drowned out everything that they were talking to you about. You have become a selfish individual in that conversation because now you don't want to hear what they've got to say because there might be some truth to it. And we all know the truth hurts. Everybody wants the truth, but the truth fucking hurts. So now you've disregarded, you've downplayed everything that this person is trying to talk to you about because all you want to do is actually say what you feel. And it's almost like a backwards and forwards, a tit for tat. You said you don't like this. Well, I don't like this. You said, well, I don't like this. And you guess what? You're never resolving anything. You will never fucking resolve anything. If you focus on your part and that person focuses on their part, then guess what? You both will sit down and realize, okay, well, I did my part. You're going to apologize to them. They're going to apologize to you. But we can never get to that point in relationships because most people, I'm going to say a lot of people don't listen to fix. They don't listen to correct. They listen to respond. They listen to fucking respond. So now here it is. You're explaining something. Someone is trying to explain something to you that you just blatantly cut them off. You shut everything that they're trying to tell you down. So do you think that's going to build your relationship or you think that's going to cause a wedge? So here it is now, that wedge is already there. So the next time you guys get into it and they come to you, hey, you know what? I just want to say blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. This is how I felt about that. This is how I felt about this. If you can't sit there and listen, you got two of these and one of this. Two of these and one of this. So that means you should be listening twice as much as you're talking. But a lot of people talk and then they're really not making sense in what they're saying. They just don't want to take accountability for the shit that they bring to the relationship. They don't want to take accountability for it. Why? Because it's going to cause me to have to look at me. It's going to cause me to feel some type of way because I know that I'm a little sour on the inside. I know that my heart is still a little broken from the past 37, 38, 45, 2, 3 bad relationships that I stayed in past the expiration date. You cannot fix something if all you're trying to do is discredit or disregard how someone feels. I can't tell you how you feel, but you can tell me how you feel. And I can listen to it. I can listen to it. And then what happens, what should ultimately happen is if I tell you how I'm feeling about something and then you let me talk and I get it all out, that is a weight that's been lifted off of me. And then you tell me what's going on with you. And then once we have both said what we've said, you sit down and you figure out how to fix it. Now, what do we do to fix this shit? That's what should happen. But people are so prone to go to bed angry. People are prone to not want to talk to you just because they're upset with you. How, for the life of me, do you love someone and want to be with someone, but you don't want to talk to them? I'm going to go sleep in the other room. And you don't talk to them for weeks and months on end. How? What you've done is you've drawn a wedge in between you so big now to where the small wedges have been knocked out of the way and you got Mount Rushmore or Mount Everest in between you two, because now egos kick in, now pride kicks in, and now this good relationship that could have been fixed by simple communication and self-accountability has gotten to a point to where now you can't stand each other. You can't stand each other now. So what happens, people, understand this. No one wakes up and just wants to get to a point and place of cheating. But because you've self-neglected yourself and your partner, because you separated yourself from your partner, your king or your queen, because you've allowed minuscule things to blow up and become mountains in your life. You swept so much stuff up under the rug that you don't even know where to start to begin to fix it. Because no one wants to take self-accountability. Because you can't expect someone to always be like, well, I'm sorry, I apologize, and you never do it. because you're not perfect. No one in this world is perfect. But people have this mentality that you've got to come to me. You've got to apologize to me. You've got to make up with me. You got to buy me flowers. You got to buy me this. You got to do this. You got to jump through hurdles and hoops because you need to make up with me because you're wrong. That's not how this works. When you are actually in love with a person, you don't want to be apart from that person. You don't want to argue. You don't want to fuss. You don't want to have anything that's going to cause you to have wedges drawn between you. You don't want to get to a point to where you don't like this person. You want to be around this person. You want to be under this person. You want to have fun and take vacations and do all the things that make a couple happy. Because the problem lies is you got two people in a relationship, but one person thinks that they're perfect. You got two people in a relationship, but one person thinks that they are perfect. And that's not how this works. A relationship is two. Count them, two imperfect people that are coming together to make something perfect for them. Not two people in a relationship and one of those persons is perfect. A relationship is two imperfect people coming together to make something perfect for them. For them. So, which one are you? If you're having problems with someone that you love, you know, I hear people say that, I love them and I'll do anything for them, but they just get on my nerves. Why? You can't blame everybody else. My thing is this, and I say this, and there is nothing wrong. Sometimes shit happens. Men have babies with women that they shouldn't have babies with, and women have babies with men that they shouldn't have had babies with. But my thing is, if you have been in multiple relationships and you've laid down and had babies by multiple people, at some point, those men can't be bad. Because you mean to tell me that you're scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel, men and women? I thought she was good for me. No, you made a person feel good in the insides. You made the inside parts tingle, and a baby came about. You didn't take the time to actually see if this person was a person that you actually wanted to spend the rest of your life with or even have children with. But now you got multiple peoples, multiple babies. So you mean to tell me that every woman or every man that you laid down with were bad? See, I'm not going to say that there was nothing wrong. Children are a blessing, regardless. As to what? But you can't blame the person that you chose to sleep with without protection, and you had multiple kids by multiple people, and then say that all of them are bad. Everybody's not built like that. You got to start looking at yourself. If every woman or every man that you've dealt with, oh, they always break my heart. Well, what did you do? Because sometimes we do things and we don't think that we're doing anything wrong. For one, people don't want to spend time. Okay, that can push you to someone else that wants to spend time with you. But why does this person not want to spend time with you? People just don't change up. You don't go from all the good feelings in the beginning of a relationship all the time. I'm not going to say that some people are just set out to try to get what they can get, but you can't go from all of the good things that you feel in a relationship to now you don't want to be bothered with that person, to now you can't stand that person. Now you're arguing every fucking day. You've contributed to the problem. The thing of it is, and I say this, you're either part of the problem or part of the solution. There is no in between. You're either part of the problem or part of the solution. Which position are you playing? Which position are you playing in this? People have got to learn to look at themselves, because if you start looking at yourself, you ain't got time to focus on nobody else's flaws. Because everybody, I don't care who it is, everybody's got fucking flaws. Everybody's doing to do something, or you do stuff that you don't necessarily think is wrong, but it may be wrong to that other person. Just because you did something in your last relationship does not mean it's going to work in your new relationship. Everybody loves differently. So my thing is, you've got to figure out and find out what is this person's love language? What is going to make this person feel like they're on top of the fucking world? Because now I've gotten myself together. I wouldn't tell anybody to jump from one relationship to another relationship until you totally fucking heal. You can't give somebody something that you're actually deficient in yourself. You can't give somebody love if all you've had was bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. You can't expect someone to love you if you don't actually know what love is. And people have, this has become a generation of situationships, cut ships, fuck ships. You're dating someone for 2 years and you find out that they want to be poly, but you never had a conversation with them about that. Now here it is, you got to be a sister wife. I got to watch you on TLC on Sister Wife, and you sitting up there looking like you being held hostage because you're not having the conversations. We're not holding people accountable. If you say no to something, then stand on that. If you say no to something, then stand on that fucking shit. Because we get complacent because we want people. We get complacent and we know that this person is not going to bring us any good fruits. They're not going to bring us love. They're not going to bring us trust. They're not going to bring us honesty. They're not going to bring us respect. They're not going to bring us anything. So now when you know that this person is not going to do anything but take you all the way down through there, drag you from one end to the highway to the next. But if you stay in that with that person, because I hear people say this all the time, yeah, it's true what you're saying, but it's hard when you love a person. Yeah, it's only because you're loving someone that's not loving you back. You're pouring into someone that's not pouring anything into you. You're pouring love, you're pouring your body, you're pouring everything into this person, and you're getting nothing in return. So now comes a point where you now got to take self-accountability for your part that you played in this shit. You caught them, him or she cheating one time, but you took them back. You took them back. So you can't throw that shit back up in their face. You can't bring that shit up when they cheat on you again. You can't bring that shit up when the relationship is over and done with, because you chose to stay with someone that ultimately broke your trust in the beginning. But because you loved, and because you care, and because you want to see it go somewhere, you stayed. But then them people that stay, you stayed when they cheated on you. You stayed when they stole from you. You stayed when they abused you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Instead of you actually getting out, you stayed. So if you made the conscious decision to stay in it, then now you got to take self-accountability for your part that you played in that bullshit. Stop pointing a finger at everybody else, because there is not one person that has ever been cheated on that did not find out at some point that you've been cheated on. But when you went back, guess what? You said, I know. You cheated on me, but I'm going to give you a chance. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to show me anything in action. I'm going to take you back because you gave me a good lip service. So now that you've taken that person back, what you've shown them, and I say this all the time, that's called the rule for me. If you cheat on me, you've given someone something that was mine. It is no longer mine. I don't want it anymore. It does not belong to me. It belongs to the person that you gave it to. So my thing is, and I say this, look at it this way. In order for a person to cheat, you've got to consciously figure out how it is that you're going to cheat so you don't arouse suspicion with your partner. So now after you figured that shit out, you got to plot, scheme, and lie. Oh yeah, me and the girls going out. It's a girls trip. We going to such and such for the weekend. Blase, blase. So you can get out with your boo. Now you got to lie on top of a lie. Now you got to get all your girlfriends and your close ones and close people involved in it, this lie. So now this is what we're going to say if this arises. This is what we're going to say. So now let me show you something. So you did all that to not get caught. You did all that planning to not get caught. So if and when that person finds out, you can't say that I'm sorry. You can't say that this was an accident because you planned that shit out. So if you sat there and planned that shit out with someone that you know loved you, that was in love with you, and you did it anyway, you made a conscious decision to hurt them. When you are in love with someone, you're not going to hurt that person because in hurting that person, you hurt yourself. So now, the only reason you get the crocodile tears and the sob story and the I'm sorry is because you got caught. A lot of people are not sorry that it broke up the relationship. They're sorry that they got caught. So they're only doing everything to get back in because once you've forgiven me one time, you've set the tone on how it is that I can treat you the next time. If you didn't leave me alone the first time and all I did was tell you I'm not going to do it anymore, I don't know what happened, it just happened. No, things like that don't just happen. You don't slip and fall on nobody's eggplant. You don't slip and fall in somebody's play box. It just don't happen. I've never seen it happen. You don't just slip. Oh, I done slipped off into somebody's juice box. Come on, man. You did what you did, but the only reason you're remorseful is because you got caught. You're not sorry because you hurt me. You're not sorry because I broke your trust. You're not sorry because I disrespected you. You're not sorry because I broke your loyalty. You are sorry because you got caught. So I can't forgive you. If you did it once, I'm setting the tone for you to do it to me again. So that's something I can't bounce back from at all. I don't need to be sitting up here worrying, questioning where you at. I don't need to be timing or it take you 7 minutes to come from the store to the house. Well, it's 8 minutes now. Stressing myself out. I'm going to have a fucking stroke because I'm so stressed out behind this shit. People have got to understand. People have got to understand that if a person can deliberately do something to you, that was a personal attack on you. That was a personal fucking attack on you. You have been pouring into someone that personally fucking attacked you. You laid up with someone, you cooked and cleaned and washed clothes and done everything, paid bills and bought shit for someone that personally fucking attacked you. So now, you take them back. 2 years go by, y'all don't have, well, a year go by, you don't have an incident. Then all of a sudden you get another one. Boom. Oh, this is what we doing again? Now you may have kids involved. Now you may have bought houses together, or now you may have gotten married to the person. They do it to you again. Why? Because you really didn't hold them accountable the first time. Because in your mind, I want to get back to a place of happiness because you love them more than they loved you. If a person can go out there and cheat on you deliberately, you are loving someone that's not in love with you. You are the only person in that fucking relationship. Understand this. So you've got to take self-accountability for the part that you played and the stuff that you allowed to happen to you. Stop playing the victim. And I hate when people sit there and they be like, well, I've been with this person for 15 years. I left them yesterday. I feel so free. Well, you can't talk bad about them because you knew what they were doing the whole 15 fucking years. You can't say, now you want to bash this person. Oh, he wants shit. He ain't take care of his kids. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. But you knew everything that he was doing because you was right there beside him. You forgave him for all the bullshit that he did to you or she did to you. Now you're going to stay with him. So you stay with him and you loved him all that time. But then as soon as you find out or they leave you, now you want to bash them. You become bitter. You've become angry. You've become upset. And you have no healing bone in your fucking body. You have no healing inside of you. This self-accountability thing is a big thing. You can never properly heal if you have not looked at yourself and looked at the spots that you actually got to heal on. People have got to learn to take self-accountability. Take an inventory of yourself. Because a lot of things that you're going through, a lot of them are self-inflicted. If I lay down with you every night knowing that you are out here running around up and down the streets, and I'm going to show you something. I hear people say this all the time. Well, I know what they're doing, but they come home to me. What does that mean? What sense does that mean? I know they out here cheating on me, but I'm the main one. What are you telling me? You sell yourself short. You're selling yourself short for someone that has never placed value on you, but you're looking to be validated from this person. You will run up and down the street and they'll sleep with every neighbor in your neighborhood, but then you know because you're only concerned with them coming home. They come home to me. They paying the bills. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I just that's not a relationship. That's not what a real relationship is. And I say this too. Relationships are built off of interactions. So the type of interaction that you have with a person is the type of relationship that you have. What you mean, Uncle? So what it means is if you're only dealing with someone 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning when your kids are going to bed, they done left from this one and that one. You know they got side chicks and side pieces, but now they coming to you. Your time slot is between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Then that's all you're going to get from that person because you have no accountability for yourself. You're not holding them accountability. And basically all you got is a cut ship. Fuck ship. It ain't even a situationship. Y'all better make sure that before you get inside these whatever relationship it is, you better know what it is that you're getting into and what that person is looking for. Because I've seen people go hard. You got friends with benefits and situationships. Y'all are not really boyfriend and girlfriend, but y'all ain't really not boyfriend and girlfriend. How? If a person does not want you 100% all the way in, then why would you waste your time hoping that someone's going to get their thoughts together and say, oh, I'm going to wake up today. I know I've been dealing with you for 11 years. Shit, I done did everything I needed to do. I might as well go ahead and marry you. You want to get married? And a lot of people feel like I got him. I finally won. What the fuck did you win? Because you still got 10 years, 11 years of trauma that you got to heal from. Because I'm pretty sure that if you allowed this person to just move how they wanted to move, they've broken your heart. You've cried. You've broken up with them. You didn't want to talk to them no more. But you still went back. You still went back to that person. Because you loved. Because you wanted it. Because that's what you wanted. You wanted someone that did not want you. And now that they've done everything that they wanted to do in life, and you stayed down, they're going to settle for you. Never feel like someone has to settle to be with you. If they're not willing to be with you 100% without any type of settling, without, oh shit, okay, you done caught me cheating so many times, I might as well stop doing this shit. I'm getting too old for this. I'm going to go ahead and settle down. Let's get married. You done ran through everybody that you could possibly run through. You're looking stupid in the streets. But now here it is, you done got with this person. Now then, if and when it goes south, you want to talk and bring out every negative thing that this person has done to you when you knew what they were doing the whole time. How can you point the finger at someone and try to persecute them when you knew the whole time what was going on? You can't do that. You've got to take self-accountability for your part. You've got to take self-accountability for your actions. Stop pointing the finger at everyone else for your part that you played in that relationship. Stop letting everyone. Some of y'all have lost some good people in your life because you were not able to take self-accountability. Some of y'all have lost some good men, some good women, because you have not healed. You had not healed properly. Understand this. When you get into a relationship, a toxic relationship, it drains you. It drains everything out of you. So there is the same amount of time that it took to drain you, you've got to restore and repair yourself back. But some of y'all will jump from one relationship one day and you talking to somebody else tomorrow. By next week, y'all are sleeping with each other. It's too many. We putting too many bodies on ourselves. We're putting too many bodies on ourselves because we want that other side of the bed to be warm. We want to be able to reach over there and feel somebody. We want somebody that we can take pictures with and post on social media. I'm gonna tell you something. Half the people that y'all see posting these good ass pictures and it looks like they got everything together, shit, they probably fighting and tearing up everything in their damn house. You're putting on for the appearance. You're putting on for the appearance of a good relationship. But in order to have a good relationship, there got to be things. There's got to be one, there's got to be communication. And when I say communication, I mean effective communication. Because effective communication is going to build a bond between you and that person. And once you're building that bond is going to build loyalty. Loyalty is going to, in turn, spit out love. Love is going to spit out trust. Trust is going to spit out respect. But everything is going to fall up under loyalty. And the only way I can be loyal to you is that I'm communicating truthfully to you. You can't say I'm loyal to someone that you don't talk to. You can't say you're loyal to someone that you can't sit down and have a vulnerable moment and not have that vulnerable moment be brought back up. These are things that we go through. Men sometimes shut down. Men shut down on women sometimes. They do. I understand I said men, not kings. I said men shut down on women. But a lot of times what I see, and when I sit down and I talk to people, I see that woman not respecting her man. She will disrespect him. And then in turn, he's going to disrespect her. Y'all are arguing, bickering, and fighting. All y'all do is argue, nitpick. Then you get the slashing tires and busting windows out and putting fucking Snicker bars on people's cars and fried bologna in the summertime. You fucking up paint jobs and all that shit. That is toxic. That is not fun to me. I don't see toxic people get a thrill or a high or a rush out of doing the bullshit that they do. Like I don't want that type of energy at all. If it's not bringing me peace, and like I said in that last live, I'm gonna show you what peace is. To all my people, I'm gonna say this in a PG way. Peace is like getting the best orgasm that you've ever had in your life, and it never ends. It never ends. It never ends. That's what peace is. You interrupt that orgasm, it's a problem. A lot of people don't understand what peace is. You think that just because you two are in the same house or you haven't talked about situations that's peace. No, that's just the calm before the storm. That's all that is. The calm before the storm. If you got any issues, look at yourself first. Look at yourself first. You create the peace that you want. You're looking for someone else to bring you peace when you've had nothing but hell and destruction in your life at the hands of someone else, or what you allowed someone to bring into your life. You control your peace. You control your happiness. You control your love. You control how and what level a person is going to be loyal to you. You control that. You control that. But you can't pull from the tree of yourself love if you don't love yourself. You can't pull from the tree of peace if you don't know what actual peace is. You can't expect someone to be loyal to you or you to be loyal to yourself if you've never experienced loyalty in your life. Because every definition. Every word, someone's going to have a different definition of it. See, some people's definition of loyalty means I'm going to be loyal to you to the letter. I'm going to have your back no matter what. I don't care if everyone turns their back on you. I'm going to be there for you. Some people's loyalty means that I didn't cheat on you in the house. I didn't sleep with none of your girlfriends. I slept with people that you didn't know. I was loyal in that aspect. I didn't come in here and pull a gun on you and shoot you. I just slapped you around a little bit. You got to understand, everyone has a different interpretation of the same word. The only people that really have issues with loyalty, when I say issues like that shit just turns us, is people that are actually loyal. I'm loyal to a letter. I'm loyal to a letter. If we are friends until you no longer want to be friends with me. But if I consider you to be somebody that I fuck with, then I fuck with you. And there is nothing that no one is going to be able to tell me about you because I know you. You can't expect yourself to get something that you first don't actually, you have to plant those seeds within yourself first before you can expect it from someone, before you can pull it from your own tree. It's hard for people to actually sit there and take self-accountability for themselves. It's easier to do this. It's your fault. It's you. It's not me. It's everybody else. I didn't have a chance. It ain't been fair. I gave this person my heart. I tried to love this person. They did me dirty. I tried to be in a relationship with this person and they did me dirty. I tried to do this. I tried to do. They cheated on me 13 times. They had 7 babies on me, 13 baby daddies, 15 baby mamas. I've gone through so much stuff. I'm just tired. You went through what you went through because you allowed that to happen to you, because you love. It's hard to do. These are the comments. It's hard to do when you're in love with that person. Shit. I'm going to tell you something. If you don't love me, I don't love you. If you've broken that bond of loyalty, then guess what? I owe you nothing. I don't owe you love. I don't owe you respect. I don't owe you trust. I don't owe you anything. Once you break that bond, that's it. It's over with. I owe you no obligation. We are done. This covenant is finished. This contract is done. It's tore up. It's burned up. I don't owe you anything. You can have that mindset. It's not hard. See, that's the thing. It's not hard. We make it hard. I've graduated from the I have no fucks to give university as a result of things that I went through. I've gone through a lot of things in life, not just relationship wise, but I've gone through so many things in life that ultimately, like I said, I tried twice to commit suicide. Twice. Behind shit that people have done. People that I've loved that didn't love me back, but I stayed in it past the expiration date, and it caused me to lose myself. I will never lose myself in a person. I don't care how good we are to each other. We're going to pour into each other, but I'm not going to lose who I am and my identity just because. I don't need to love you more than I love myself to be with you. I don't need to love you more than I love me to say that I love you. I am never going to lose myself in a person, because what you've ultimately done is given them the remote control to you. So now when they hurt you, all they're going to do is push a button. They know what buttons to push to get you back right, what things to say. No one should ever have that much power over you. Now, there was nothing wrong with loving a person or loving a person hard. But when you begin to love that person more than you love yourself, when you begin to love that person's peace more than your peace, when you begin to love that person's smile more than your smile, that's where the problem lies. You can never neglect yourself to try to make someone else feel better about themselves. Everyone is held accountable for their own peace and their own happiness. We're going to come together to bring something together for us. two imperfect people coming together to make something perfect for them. But you got people out here loving folks that are not loving them back. You got people out here pouring everything, giving up your mind, your body, and your soul. And you're creating these soul ties and wondering why you can't, because all they're doing something to you that has messed your mind up so bad that all you're caught up in is, this person makes me feel good. Down in my nether regions, I've never had this many things happen to me. I've never had this happen. So now you put your heart in the wrong place. You put your heart in the wrong place. You've now loving someone more than you love yourself. That's why you hear people say, if you leave me, I'll kill myself because I can't live without you. If you leave me, I don't know what I'm going to do, because you have poured everything of you that makes you into that person. So now you have no more power left. And you have people that have been in relationships like that, that have poured out everything that they have within them. You've poured it out into that person. Now that they've left you, let me show you what happens. They've left you. You're lonely. You don't want to be by yourself, so you find someone else. And here the word, keyword, find. I'm going to pause right there. You shouldn't be finding anyone. You should be attracting those that are actually meant to be there for you. Don't find people. Attract. Because when you attract people, it's like two magnets. You're going to be drawn together. Stop looking for folks and start attracting people. Because now, here it is. I'm going to go back. I know I'm bouncing around, but I'm going to go back. You poured everything out of yourself. You have nothing left. You go jump into a new relationship. All this person has to do in this new relationship is actually say and do something different than the last person did. Because what it's done is, you're at 5%. That thing that they did that was a little different gave you a boost, gave you a charge. Now you're feeling something again. You feel like this person is for you, but you're still not 100% charged. They just gave you a joke, like jumping a dead battery off. If that battery's got a dead cell, then once you cut that car off, at some point, that battery is going to go dead again. So here it is, you're jumping into another relationship, and this person knows that you're vulnerable. This person knows that you've gone through all this stuff. So now you become easy prey. And I'm not going to say that everybody does this, but a lot of people do. You become easy prey. You are now dependent upon this person charging you to keeping you going, because you still haven't gotten over that shit, but you're using this person to get over that shit, because now it's something new. So every day you get a little charge, you get a little joke. You jump from 5% to 10%. So now here it is, but you're still pouring. Now you're trying to pour into this person because you feel like it's going to be something different than it was what you had the last time. So now this person may buy you some flowers. They may take you on a little trip out of town. So now here it is, you back up to 45%. This person hasn't given anything because you're pouring into them. Every time they give you something, you're giving it right back to them. So now you're dependent upon this person because you feel like this person is treating you better than the last one, but you're still not properly healed. So you're repeating a cycle of something that you just came out of subconsciously. So now here it is, when this person shows flags, red flags, these signs, and you see them. But by this time, because you had nothing, because you were depleted, you don't want to leave this person because you feel like that's your lifeline. So you stay with this person. And this is some of the excuses. I went through this before. I guess all men and women just going to be like this, so I might as well just stay with them. At least I know what they're doing. You're just making excuses for that person and you to pull the trigger on yourself. You're just making excuses for that person that's holding that knife to your back. You're both pushing it in your back. So you stay with them now. Now you're from 40% back down to 5. Oh, it's hard to leave, especially when you love a person. How can you do that? I've invested so much time and energy into this person. Key words, you've invested. When two people invest in each other, they're not prone to just walk away because they want to get a return on their investment. But when you've got one person that's doing all the investing into another person and you're not getting anything back, you're still looking for a fucking return from your investment. So now you're stuck in this shit again. The same shit that you got out of, but you're stuck in this same shit again. I'm comfortable with it. How do you get out of something with someone that you know that's not loving you? If I know that you don't love me, if I know that you're not bringing me anything good, then why would I stay in it? Now you get temporarily insane because everything that comes out your mouth, you've pretty much answered all your questions. So when people ask me, how do you get out? I've been in this relationship for 25 years. He cheats on me and she cheats on me and da-da-da-da-da. First off, you're broken. You're broken. You have not healed. Your self-esteem is fucked up. And you're loving this person way more than you love yourself. I'd rather love me, smile with me, have that peace, that lifelong orgasm, to deal with someone that's going to disrupt my peace, disrupt my orgasm, cause me to have headaches, lose weight, my hair's going to fall out, all that type of shit. I'm not going. How do you sit there and love a person that's trying to ultimately destroy you? How do you stay with someone that's not showing you anything but heartbreak, disappointment, fears, and all of that? How do you stay in some shit? But you're smart. You don't want to eat at places if they ain't got a 98 or better. You choose what type of stuff you put on your body. We are more cautious about things we put in our body than the people that we let get in our body. You're more cautious about going out in the rain. I'm going to take an umbrella. But you give no thought about this person that you know that is ultimately trying to destroy you. You will give them chance after chance after chance. You concerned about your food being cooked properly because you don't want to get salmonella, parasites, and none of that shit, but you living with a big parasite right now. How does that work? How does that work? Some of y'all are sleeping with the enemy, and you know this. You are sleeping with someone that does not even like you. You are sleeping with someone that does not even love you. You are sleeping with someone that can give 2 fucks about you, but you are giving them all of you. You are giving them all of you because you've gotten comfortable. You feel like you can't do better because you love them. You make it hard for you to leave. You're the one. You're the main reason why you can't find your king or your queen. Because while you got your eyes focused on the bullshit and the drama, you look like the Walking Dead. Your king can't see you because you've been blocked by bullshit and drama and this person that you're allowing to stay in your life way past the expiration date. So now here it is. You're wondering why you can't find any good men or good women because you're in no place to receive your king or your queen. You're in no place to receive them. You're supposed to have your crown on your head, but you don't. You let jokers come in and take your crown and play with it and toss it around like it's a frisbee. Frisbee, let the dog play with it. They dragging it, playing kickball with it and everything else. You can't actually walk in a thing that you have no clue about. But everyone wants to be a king or a queen. Everyone wants to say that I'm a queen. 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 I'm a king. I'm a king. I'm a king. No, I'm going to tell you something. You don't have to announce that. Because if they walk into the room, their aura, their presence is going to precede them. You don't have to say, I'm a queen. But you're going through court jester shit. Because everybody sees that. And when you get to a point to where you are always bashing or not taking accountability for you, people start looking at you crazy. People will start looking at you like they're crazy person. Oh, you say you're a queen, but you letting that joker just run through you. You say you're a king, but you just letting her just trample your ass. How? How am I going to... A queen is going to attract her king. A king is going to attract his queen. And they are going to submit to each other. Some of y'all are submitting to jokers and court jesters. But you're expecting someone to treat you like a king or a queen? Some of y'all are giving king and queen experiences to people that should never experience that. You're pouring all of yourself out into a person that is not worthy of you doing that. You're giving 5 and 10 and 15 and 20 years of your life to a person that you knew you shouldn't have even said hello to. So you can't get mad at the results that you helped to create. You can't get mad at what you chose to allow into your personal space. You can't get mad and become angry and bitter because all that is you trying to play the fucking victim. And that shit is over fucking rated. Unless you got knocked over the head and you went blind for them 5, 10, and 15, and 20 years that you've been dealing with that joker, and you couldn't see and you were not in your right mind and tied up in a basement somewhere, that'll be the only way you can say, I didn't know. But you know. You know everything that you allowed anyone to do to you. So when it comes down to taking self-accountability, you've got to do just that. Take self-fucking accountability. And I want to say this. Yes, I do smoke. Before anyone gets on here, oh, because all the little slick-ass comments, yeah, you were cute till you smoke. I'm cute anyway. Okay? And that's not me being arrogant. It's just being... Because people do shit that they don't want a lot of people to see. Some people smoke crack. Some people smoke meth. And you are functioning crackhead. I do what I do because no one supports my habit. So I'm just saying, before anyone get on here, oh, you smoke, I'm grown. I buy them. Nobody has to go to the store for me. I ain't buying Lucy's. I'm not bumming somebody. So I'm just saying, this is what I do. It's a lot of worse things that I could be doing in life. Yes, and cigarettes is bad, but I know all of that. So I just want to say that before anybody else does. So thank you so much. Thank you. But people get caught up sometimes, and I'm gonna say this: people get caught up in this, or the fact I had a lady tell me, you're kicking knowledge, but I can't receive knowledge from you or wisdom because we're the same age. This is how people think. I can't really receive from you because you're the same age as me, or I'm older than you. Let me explain something to y'all, because people ask me this all the time. Where do you get your wisdom from? Because my thing is, I'm going to tell you this. Wisdom is not going to come from a school. Wisdom is not going to come from a book. Wisdom is going to come from life experiences, things that you've retained, going through shit, growing through the shit that you've gone through. Wisdom is not something that you can teach someone. And your age does not limit you to wisdom. And just because you're 55 or 65 does not mean that you're going to have... Everyone does not have wisdom. People can have knowledge. You can read a book and have knowledge, but everyone does not have wisdom. So when it comes down to what qualifies me to do what I do, I've gone through a lot of shit, and I won't go through this. If you were on my live when I actually shared and answered all the questions, I talked about everything from what I went through as a child up into an adult. And I still go through things. I go through things right now. But in times that I'm going through what I'm going through, I don't let that reflect in what I'm trying to do to my TikTok family. I have an assignment. I understand what my assignment is. So my shoulders are not broad just to be broad. I have to carry a lot of weight sometimes. And I still carry weight from things that I've gone through, but I don't let that define who I am. People will let things and traumatic things that they go through define and make them a different person than who they're supposed to be. I've taken all the lemons that I've been dealt in life, and I've made lemonade. I've made pink lemonade. I've made raspberry lemonade. I've made Armour Palmers. I've made every possible drink that I can make that's going to taste good to me. I'm not going to let what I go through break me. I'm not going to let what I go through define who I am as a person. So what you've got to understand is this. For those that jump on and they're receptive to everything that I'm saying, because I'm not a biased person. I don't play men bashing women, and I'm not going to play women bashing men. My thing is, I try not to be that person, because I see a lot of shit on TikTok. I see a lot of shit on TikTok that makes me want to stitch and do it, but I don't, because I don't want to make it seem like I'm some type of bully or I'm coming for people, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about sports. I don't talk about your sexual orientation, because what you eat does not make me shit. What you eat does not make me shit. But I see something. Someone said, call the police if you really want to leave. My thing is, if you really want to leave, then you'll just leave. I don't know who that was referring to, but calling the police, you don't always have to call the police. Just fucking leave. When you're tired, you're tired. When you don't want to go through that shit anymore, you are going to get far, far away from that shit as you possibly can to get to your peace, to get to your lifelong orgasm. People don't leave. And see, and I'm not being insensitive, and I want you to understand this when I say this. The only way I know to give it is to give it to you from the hip. Because when life comes, it does not say, brother or sister, do you want me to turn this down to easy mode, medium mode, or fucking disaster? Life is going to throw to you what it's going to throw to you, and you got to figure out and deal with that shit. It does not hold your hand. It does not say, oh, I'm going to wait for 2 weeks until you get your strength built up and then give it to you. So when it comes down to people saying, when people, and I don't want to just not make people not want to ask questions, but understand this. If you are trying to get out of anything that you know is not conducive to bringing you happiness, joy, and peace, the only thing that I can tell you to do is to leave. Now, when you go to we got kids, and I love them, then that is you. You are not ready to leave at that point. Some people, it's going to take near-death experiences for you to get from around this person that's been trying to kill you for the past 10 years. And then even when they do that, some people still go back. When you are tired, you will get up and you will move on. I tell this story a lot. There's this man walking down the street, and he walks past this house, and there's this man sitting on the porch and his dog sitting beside him. But the dog sitting beside him is hollering, just hollering and screaming and hollering and screaming, just hollering and screaming. So the man stops and he asks him, he said, hey, sir, what's wrong with your dog? The man said, it's easy. He's sitting on a nail. He said, well, why is he just sitting on a nail? He said, because it's not hurting him bad enough yet. He hadn't gotten up because it's not hurting him bad enough yet. You say it's not that easy? It is that easy. Easy is walking away. You getting over the emotional attachment or the soul tie that you have with that person, that is something personally that you're going to have to deal with. But it's easy to get out of anything, because if I told you right now, you say it's not easy, and I'm talking to you, the one that said it's not easy. If I came to you right now, put a gun to your head, and told you, I'm gonna blow your brains out if you don't jump off this bridge, you're gonna do everything to fight me. You're going to do everything to get away, to protect your safety. You're going to get away from me to do everything that you can possibly do to get away. If you know a person is going to do you harm, and a lot of y'all are being hurt emotionally, mentally, you're being scarred, and you know this, the only reason it's hard for you to leave is because you haven't made up your mind. I'm coming to South Carolina. You haven't made up your mind to move because you've still got an attachment. You're still in love with someone that does not love you. You're still in a relationship with someone that's not in a relationship with you. So we make excuses as to why we don't leave. Oh, we got kids. Oh, I've been with them for 15 years. Oh, I've been with them for this amount of time. I feel like it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time for you to stay in anything that's not going to bring you joy, happiness, or peace. It is a waste of your time. It's sad to say, your daughter's not going to leave until she's ready to leave. Your daughter's not going to move until she is sick and tired of being sick and tired. Your daughter's not going to do anything until she's ready. Because we've all been there. You going to bail a person out. You think they're going to leave and then all of a sudden they back. You think that this is the last time, but do you know what? They go right back into it. You've helped them. You've given them every opportunity. You've given them a way out and they don't walk through the door. People have got to understand self-accountability. When you are in something that you know is destructive and toxic, there is something that has happened to change your way of thinking. You're not thinking rationally anymore. If you are allowing someone to first degrade you, to not respect you, to not love you, to not give you the loyalty that you need, and trust is gone, you have nothing. You have nothing but a hope and a dream that this shit is going to get better, and you've been hoping and dreaming for years and nothing has changed. The definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you're expecting a different result. You cannot stay in something that is not going to bring good fruit in your life. And when you actually know, it is no longer on that person that's doing it to you. It is all on you now, because you have a choice to stay in this, to know that you're never going to be happy, you're never going to be fulfilled, you're never going to be repaired, and you're never going to heal. So all you've done is said, I'm going to walk around and be a zombie. I'm going to be the walking dead. I'm giving you all the power over me to mistreat me. I'm giving you all the power over me to hurt me. I'm giving you all the power over me to cheat on me. Y'all understand this. Understand this. Oh my goodness. How can I say this and not offend anyone? I want to say this because these are some of the things that I see. Well, God is going to fix it. God is going to give me a sign. God didn't get you in it. So he has nothing to do with it. And people will blame the devil for the bullshit that they actually allow to go on in their life. The devil is busy in my home. No, it's you. It's actually you. And the devil that you let in. You gave him an open invitation to come in and bring all the destruction and hell in your life. But you're going to pray to God and ask God to remove you from something that he didn't first put you in. How? You're waiting for a sign. So the sign that this person has disrespected you, cheated on you, talks down to you, and has done everything that wasn't red flag enough for you, that's enough. So you're waiting for something that's never going to happen. So that's only giving you time to actually say, hey, I'm hoping that they're going to love me. I'm hoping that you're going to love me. I'm giving you time to fix it. I know God ain't in this. People will settle and do things that they've never done before in their life to try to please someone else. And all you're doing is fulfilling all of their fantasies, and you're sitting back looking stupid. You're sitting back looking stupid. You're right. Most of the times they do create that environment and then want someone to bail them out. You can't call on God to give you a sign when he wasn't in what you actually signed up for in the first place. Stop blaming the devil for all the bullshit that you allow to go on in your life. That's just excuses. People will make every excuse. I love him. I can't. Why can't you? It's hard. Why is it hard? Because you don't want to let go. Did they hurt you hard? Did they hit you hard? Then you've got to let go. Point blank, period. Stop blaming everyone else because people don't want to take self-accountability. You have to think of a way to get out of your a mess. You don't think, just get out of it. That's all you got to do is get out of it. If it's not doing anything but causing you hurt, move. Get out. You should have never been in the first place. You've been in the wrong place all this time, wasting your time and holding yourself up from your true happiness. Love, you're right. Love does not hurt at all. It's the people that you actually chose to love, that you chose to love, that hurts. Choose to ignore the signs. Seasonal people. I talk about that all the time. People are trying to take seasonal people and make them lifetime people. And that's the problem. You're trying to take someone that should only been in your life for 2 weeks, 3 months, and you're trying to make them a lifetime and wonder why. You put them in a cage and say, oh, we're going to be in this. Let me tell you something. This is the truth. Just because someone holds the door open for you, changes your tire, or helps you in any way does not mean that that's your lifetime partner. There are genuinely good people out here. Just because a man has given you a compliment and said that you look nice today does not mean that that's your king. He could just be a gentleman. And he's admiring what he sees. That does not mean that that's your king. Y'all are taking seasonal people and trying to make them lifetime people. Y'all are trying to take reason and seasoned people and trying to make them lifetime people in your life. You're the only one holding on to it. You're the only glue that's holding this shit together. It's been broke up a long time ago. It should have never come to play. At all. Thank you so much from Mississippi. And that's the only thing. My thing is, and y'all know those that have ever go to church, if you can't say amen, then say ouch. Ouch means that there is a pain. Something hit me. Now I gotta fix this ouch. The healing process does not hurt. This is the thing. Let's start changing our verbiage, and I'm gonna say why. The healing process does not hurt. What hurts is the memories, the soul ties, the fact that you are not going to get a return on your investment, the fact that you don't have closure into why that person did you the way that they did you. That's what hurt. Healing does not hurt. Because I know people that have gone through bad car accidents and they are broken up and they got to go into the hospital and be in cast and all this stuff. They're going to make sure that you first got some type of medication to take that pain away while you're healing. So they try to make your healing process easy. They try to make you as comfortable as possible so you can heal. What hurts us in the healing process is that we go back and pull the scabs off. That we're actually moving a bone that shouldn't be moved and it's trying to mend. We're trying to pull scabs off before it's time. We're trying to get up and move into another relationship before it's time. There is comfort. You are right. There is comfort in healing. That is a time for you to actually rest. Rest your mind, your body, your soul. The only thing that hurts you is the memories that you had with a person that did not give you the same thing back. You got to sit back now and know that you poured everything into a person and they gave you nothing. And now reality has hit you, and that's what hurts. The healing does not hurt. Love does not hurt. Repair does not hurt. None of that hurt. The thing that hurts you is you holding on to the bullshit that you should have never got into in the first place. Work on loving you. Healing does not hurt at all. Love does not hurt at all. It's the memories. It's the things that you got attached to. And now you're no longer able to have access to those things. That's what hurts you. That's what hurts you. Understand this. When you actually learn to take self-accountability for your shit, for your part, it's going to heal you. It's not healing us, it's healing you. Because again, a relationship is two imperfect people coming together to make something perfect for them. Two imperfect people. My calling is to motivate people. That's my calling. To get people to a place of loving themselves. But I understand, I'm not your typical motivational speaker or life coach. I'm not your typical one. Like, I'm not going to sit you down and hold your hand to walk through this, because some of y'all don't have time to be waiting. It's pick yourself up, get your self-esteem back, begin to start loving yourself, begin to start holding yourself accountable for the things that you've actually allowed to stay in your life past the expiration date, and move the fuck on. Hit the gas, don't look back. I always say this: don't let your rearview mirror issues affect your windshield future. Don't let your rearview mirror issues, because the further you get away from anything and you look in your rearview mirror, it becomes smaller. Where it may be big, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, only because you're getting further and further away from it. I'm from Georgia. To a point to where at some point you're not going to even see it anymore. You got to pack up and move the fuck on. Don't allow your past to hinder you from your future. Your rearview mirror is something that you can hold in your hand. This windshield that's in front of you that lets you see everything that's in front of you, it's way bigger than that rearview mirror. Don't let your rearview mirror issues affect your windshield future. McDonough, Georgia, hello. Don't allow it to happen. Start taking accountability for your parts that you played in the things in your life. Because a lot of times the actual pain and the actual hurt is something that you actually helped to cause. And because you don't know how to properly identify it or get rid of it, you carry it. And it makes you bitter. And it makes you bitter. Don't get bitter, get better. You're right. He who finds, he's going to find her, but she's got to first have her light on. If all you're covered with is all the bad mess from your 37 bad failed fucking relationships, then your light is not on and he's not going to see you. You're going to attract him. Trying to come that way to North Carolina. I'm setting something up for November. I haven't chose a venue yet, but I'm setting something up for November. It's going to be like a weekend thing. I will keep you guys posted, but I got to go look at some venues. I don't know whether I'm going to do it in North Carolina, South Carolina, if I'm going to go as far as Alabama to find a place. But I am doing that. I don't mean to pause from what I was saying. South Florida, I'm not opposed to it. But we just got to find a venue. If anyone knows any good venues, please, hit me up. DM me. But self-accountability is going to change everything about you. Self-accountability is going to get you back to a place of you. I will come to Cali. So, self-accountability is, it's everything. It's life. You can't heal properly if you don't take accountability for the things that you've allowed to come into your life. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna pick some places, guys. I'm into a shelter in Atlanta. Well, send me the information, DM me. Atlanta's only like 2.5 hours away from me. So send me the information, inbox me, and how long did it take for me to get? Okay, honestly, I'm gonna show y'all. I mean, and you said my healing process. I had to heal from so many different things. You were talking to someone that the first woman that I should have ever fallen in love with hurt me, which is I'm gonna say my mother so y'all can understand. But the first woman that I should have ever loved, fallen in love with, hurt me badly, like scarred me to the point I didn't want to live. My self-esteem was fucked up. So my life hasn't been good because I had trust issues. I didn't know my worth. Cincinnati, you already know. I didn't know my worth. I felt like no one loved me. There were so many things that happened as a result, and there was a domino effect from her, from birth to my father, who I never met, to relationships, and people just hurting me because I genuinely have a good heart, and I genuinely try to see the good in people. I try to see the good in anyone. I will give you the benefit of the doubt until you show me something different. So I've always been a trusting person. I've always been a person because I've never was validated from my mother. I never was validated from her. And then to be abused as a child and to not feel loved. It was almost like a baby that was born into this world that never had the touch and affection from a woman, from his mother. Some babies die. No, I'm a Sagittarius. But some babies die from that. So here it is. I had to figure out at some point around the age 16, 17, I had to start believing in me. That was my healing. That was the first step to healing. I had to believe in me because the only person I had that was going to have my back was me. That was the only person that I had. So always wanting to have a woman there, and I'll be honest with you, like I had women because I was looking for someone to love me unconditionally. So I jumped from women to women, from relationship to relationship. Then it got to a point to where it was just like I didn't care. And then I hurt a lot of people. I hurt a lot of good people in my life because I was broken on the inside. So from there, it was issues with people that I actually fell in love with, that I gave my heart to, and it was crushed. And you know, I went through from A to Z. If you name it, you can go down every letter of the alphabet and I can tell you, okay, I went through it. To suicide, to y'all don't understand, like my life, I'm a testimony. I'm a walking testimony. In 2013, I had a stroke. The type of stroke that I had, they gave me 24 hours to live. I had a brain bleed. My brain was bleeding. They couldn't figure it out. It never spread. So anyone that knows my testimony knows that, or knows about aneurysms. Aneurysms, when that bleeding spreads, it turns into an aneurysm. Mine never spread. It was just like leaking in my head. My blood pressure when I went into that hospital was like 298 over like 197. They were surprised that I was still conscious, that I was still able to answer their questions. They gave me 24 hours to live. Anyway, long story short, I'm not going to go through all that. But at that point, I had a stroke behind a relationship that I was in. Stressing out. Trying to do everything that I could for this woman. And it was something that it wasn't real. As much as I wanted it to be, I was ultimately killing myself. So basically, I made it past those 24 hours. I spent like a week and a half in ICU. Couldn't walk, couldn't bathe myself, couldn't do anything. The doctors told me all the fucking wrong things. Told me everything that I wanted. And anyone that knows me, telling me that I can't do something is the worst thing that you can ever do to me. You'll never walk. You'll never run with your kids. You'll never throw a football. You'll never play basketball. You'll never be able to go back to the gym. You'll never be able to do any of that stuff. You're going to be confined to a wheelchair, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I said, bullshit. I was 36 years old at the time. And I'm just like, this is not how this is going to end. So I made it through that to when that's when I realized that I gave someone too much power over me. I gave someone too much power over me. And I said, I will never do that again. I can love a person, but I don't need to love you more than I love myself. I've never ran with the crowd. I've always been an alpha. I've always been a protector. 99.7% of the fights that I've ever got into has always been me defending somebody else. It has always been me defending someone else. So my heart is for people. My heart is for seeing people. If I can take people and shake them up and not let them go through the shit that they got to go through in life, then I would. But I know sometimes you got to understand, you've got to be shooken, you've got to be broken, you've got to be torn down, you've got to be stripped of every ounce of sanity in your mind, of anything that you've gone through, to be built back up to the person that you were supposed to be. Because a lot of people have lost themselves in people. You've lost yourself in what you've gone through. You've lost yourself in the fact that you're not where you want to be. You've lost yourself in so many things, and all it's become is a crippling crutch in your life. I was not allowing what I went through to define who I was going to be. People say all the time, they think, well, and I say this all the time, like people, I had a guy, I was in a gas station, and he said, I don't want to prejudge you, brother. And I'm like, okay, well, I already knew where he was going with it. He was like, I don't want to prejudge you. So I'm like, okay, well, what you want? He said, I just want to ask you, you got any weed, you got any dope? But you prejudged me anyway, because you asked the question after you said that you didn't want to prejudge me. But for those that think that when we wear gold chains, understand I'm a king. And I said this before, I got king tattooed from shoulder to shoulder. Big letters, not small letters. Big letters across from shoulder blade to shoulder blade. I've got a crown that covers my whole back up under the king, because I know who I am. My tattoos, I'm tattooed from shoulder down on both arms, chest, and back. But they symbolize who I am. I had never had a tattoo on my body up until after I recovered from my stroke. People think just because I wear jewelry. Understand, kings wore diamonds, they wore gold, they wore all type of, I'm not just flossing. But see, what you got to understand, for those that don't know, this is a crown. My charm is a crown, and on that crown, I'm gonna see if I can get close enough for you to see it. It says king. It says king. I know who I am. This one is a globe of the world. This means endless possibilities to me. What I can obtain and have anything that I want in life. The world is mine. It's mine, literally. I am a king. I walk in my authority. I walk in my purpose. So understand, to whom much is given, much is required. But at the same time of me carrying this weight, I'm going to enjoy myself. This is something that I like. I'm not a dope dealer, not a drug dealer, not none of that stuff. I am who I am. I am a king. And I may buy some more jewelry and I may not. But if I do, then that's my business. If I'm able to afford it, then that's my business. I walk in the power and the unction of what's been dropped and placed on me. People will judge you. People see me on, well, you cuss a lot. So what? People have judged me and judged my lives and judged some of my videos because I cuss. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of y'all cuss. A lot of y'all Christians cuss. A lot of y'all Christian pastors cuss. A lot of y'all deacons, we know they cuss. So my thing is, don't sit there. I talk to people how they talk. People used to say, well, if you cuss a lot, then that means that you're not intelligent. But some of the most intelligent people in the world cuss. Studies have shown that some of the most intelligent people in the world, they cuss. But some of y'all cuss and don't want nobody to know y'all cuss. Y'all get caught because you get in your feelings. And that's the only way to be, is transparent. I'm going to be real. When I talk to people, I'm going to give it to you raw and uncut. Just like when we know it's a battle of the sexes going on out here. We know that women bash men. We know that some men out here just running through women, and women are doing the same thing. Men lie, women lie. Men cheat, women cheat. You can't put one over the other. Unless you out here measuring every situation with every person and you got some actual numbers, you can't say all men and you can't say all women. You can't. My thing is, but we will program, we will say something and say it to enough people, and then enough people start saying it till it becomes a movement. It becomes a movement. So many women say, what men at? Well, why do men this? Why do men cheat? Well, why do women cheat? Because women do the same thing that men do. If not worse. Y'all just get away with that shit easier than we do. Y'all are the true players, not us. Because a woman, and a woman will cheat on you, cook you a meal, come back home, make love to you, wash your clothes, wash your socks, make you feel like you were the only man in the fucking world, and you just don't know. She just got took down there by her side dude. Men stupid, we don't do that. You go cheat and then now you want to act funny with her. You got to go in and rush in and immediately jump in the shower. She already watching you. This is not a part of your system or your system of doing things. Men cheat stupidly. That's why you get caught. I'm just saying. Y'all cheat stupid. Women cheat. They got their mama. They got their grandmama, their cousins. They got all their girlfriends involved in this shit. So when you go to calling around trying to figure out where she at, they lying for her. And you, dummy, gonna believe it. Men cheat. Women cheat better. I just got a lot of women in my family. I've watched them. It happens on both sides. So we can't be biased as to one doing it more than the other. The only problem lies is the people that have not healed properly, that have not taken self-accountability for their actions at all. We don't have to point fingers. That victim shit is way overrated. Learn to communicate with your partner. Learn to actually look at yourself before you go to point the finger at them. Because some of y'all are in truly good relationships, but because pride and because neglect and because trust has been broken, you've become enemies. Communication can fix a lot of problems, and some of y'all are losing good people that you should not be losing because you cannot communicate effectively. Stop being so quick to respond. Sit back and listen, because that victim shit is over fucking rated. Facts. I'm gonna stop right there, but I'm gonna say this, a couple things I want to say. Shout out to the moderator, to moderators, if I got more than one here I saw. Shout out to you guys, shout out to the gifters. Shout out to all those that have cash apped me. I appreciate that. It all goes into what I'm trying to do. You know, I work. I don't get on here begging. I don't get on here asking for money. And I hate to see people doing that. I want to say this too. I want to say this. If someone wants to sow into you, they're going to sow into you. You don't have to jump on TikTok and cry these crocodile tears and beg for money and beg for all this stuff. If you are truly in a place to receive and doing what you're supposed to be doing, blessings will automatically fall upon you. Everything that I do is seeds being planted into someone's life. Every time I get on here and I go live, it's a seed being planted. Now, it may be corn. Corn may take longer for I don't know, I'm not a farmer, but it may take longer for corn to come up than potatoes. It may take longer for broccoli to come up than potatoes. But I'm planting seeds. So my thing is, everything that you do it with a good, pure, and sincere heart. And your blessings will come to you. You don't have to beg a person. You don't have to be on here trying to explain, I'm going through this. A person's going to bless you when their heart is pricked and it's laid on their heart to do so. I've had one lady bless me with $2,000 back to back. Like $1,000 one day, $1,000 another day. Out of the blue. Didn't know who this woman was. Her name is Sharon. Well, those that were on there, she came on the live. Y'all know who she is now. But I didn't want to say her name because I didn't want people inboxing her trying to get money from her, because everybody's got a fucking story. But I feel like this. If you're on TikTok, begging and asking and pleasing and helping, I understand that may be your only outlet. That may be the only thing that you got. But I believe there are other means and other ways, and people that are in your local area and people that are close to you that are going to be able to help you better than somebody that's probably 3,000 miles the fuck away. So you got to understand, plant your seeds. Be good to people. If you're good to people and you plant those good seeds, and good seeds are going to plant. Whatever you plant is going to come up. Whatever you plant into someone's life is going to come up. Whatever seeds you plant is you will reap what you sow. So I can't get into the whole, I'm begging on TikTok. You got a cell phone and you got service. Damn. But you can't find nobody else. You couldn't call a family member or somebody else. You had to get on TikTok and beg people that probably will never see. And I'm not going to say that everybody that gets on here is a scam. But you got to live. We live in a world of scamming people, and these people that are on here that are getting these platforms, and all they're doing is begging for fucking money, and all they want you to do is send money for this and send money for that, send money for that. If you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, your blessings will come to you, and that's facts. So all I say is I have merchandise. You barely hear me talk about it. A lot of people don't know I have merch. The link is in the bio. If you choose to something that you like, then you get it. If not, then it's okay. Those that are meant to buy it, gonna buy it. Those that don't, hey, they'll just scroll past it. But I'm doing what I'm doing because I have a vision. This is bigger than me. This has become a brand now. And TikTok actually gave me the name Uncle D. I put the speaks on the end of it. TikTok gave me that name. My TikTok family did. And it has become a brand now. So I'm thankful to you guys. Understand, I'm thankful to you guys and all the seeds that you plant, all the things that you have blessed me with. I've gotten gifts. I've got so many things that shown me that people actually have received everything that I said, and I appreciate that. You guys don't know how much love you guys make me feel. So my thing is, I can't not continue to keep doing what I'm doing and then say that this is something that I love. I cannot just stop because it's something that I love doing. Point blank, period. I love to do it. I love talking to people. I've never met a stranger. And people, understand, I bless people, but I don't broadcast it. I don't want to broadcast. I feel like we're putting on for the show or for likes. If I send someone something or something like that, I don't need to broadcast to that person. As long as that person knows, then I'm good with that. I planted a seed. But I want to do something. You know, I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I want to try something. Like while we're on live, probably the next time, I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna say, I'll just say it'll be something to where we can actually bless each other. Plant some seeds. Plant some seed into someone. Because some of us have more than others. Some of us have just money just sitting around. You never know who you're blessing or what life-changing thing you're actually making happen in their life. Find someone that's in your local area and bless them. Or wherever your heart's led to bless. But don't beg. Don't beg someone. Don't put up this, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Okay, everybody's going through. At some point, everybody's going through. But you don't have to look like what you go through. If you want so much more, sometimes you gotta sow much more. If you want so much more, then sometimes you gotta SEW much more. Simple. It works for you. It does. Seed time, harvest time. But if you don't plant anything, then you can't pull anything up. Guys, let's start to learn to love ourselves. And let's help each other through life. You went through and made it through what you went through, not so you can sit back and just sit back on your testimony. You went through what you went through to help somebody else, because the next person may not be as strong as you. You went through what you went through to help somebody else, because they may just be ready to give up. And your testimony may be the very thing that helps them to come out and gives them hope. We got to love each other. No more battle of the sexes. No more bad men and bad women. It's just bad people, because it happens on both sides. I've been broken. I've been hurt. I've been torn. But guess what? I made it. I made it. So now that I know who I am, and I wear my crown proudly, boldly, chest out, shoulders up, head up, no one could ever take my crown from me. Never allow someone to take your crown from you and devalue you or put a price tag on how much you are worth. Never allow that to happen in your life. Self-accountability, communication. That's going to build loyalty. Loyalty is going to build love. Love is going to build trust. Trust is going to build respect. Because once the loyalty is gone, you have nothing. None of those things matter. Love over loyalty. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good night. Like I said, merch is in the bio. If you have not followed me, please follow me. If you have not shared this live, please share this live. It may not be for you. It may be for someone else that's not on TikTok. But please share this live to all your social media platforms. Let's get the word out. Let's love each other. Let's heal. Let's grow. You got this. Now go out there and get everything that's been stolen from you. Tennessee, I see you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I see you guys still sharing. I give you like 30 more seconds and then we're going to jump off. But guys, I thank you so much for being some of the most awesomest people that I've never met. Some of the most awesomest people that I've never met. You guys are awesome. Y'all, I got some of the best TikTok family. And I hate to say followers, and I hate to say fans and all that shit, because it's not that. You guys are some of the best TikTok family on TikTok. So I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Y'all enjoy your night. Have fun. Till tomorrow. Hey, appreciate everything. One love. I'm out. Louisville, Kentucky, I see you.